the what do you call the safety or the security in eastern part of Nigeria, because according to him, the criminals in the eastern part of Nigeria, those who use this name or those who probably leverage on the on the insecurity in that part to perpetuate their own criminality, and they do not even have anything to do with the IPOB. That Nnamdi Kanu's absence of presence will likely not change any of that. But his argument was that, in his own words, so by the way, listen.
When the Northern Youths issued quit notice to the Igbos, I was the chairman of the Planning and Strategy Committee of Ohanes and Igbo worldwide. We took a census of Igbos in the north. And guess what? We came to the, just some estimate of about 11.7 million Igbos in the north alone. If you have a disorderly dismemberment of this country, what a chaos for this tiny place, and so on. There are other visions for the Southeast. Why couldn't you make it a livable and prosperous homeland? Why couldn't you create new prosperity? Why do we keep blaming? So let us come together. We can turn this place to be anything we want it to become. So there are alternative viewpoints. I'd like him to be part of that conversation. And I want him, the legal process, if the courts have asked for him to be released, let him be released, hand him over. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a sit down and interrogate the different views. But a whole lot of this Simon Ekpa and some of this, his band of criminals, took over and turned the thing into a killing spree. Just kill people with reckless abandon. And some of us are just not it. So, release of Nnamdi Kanu for me is different from the issue of security. I separate the two. I don't link the two. Nnamdi Kanu for me is for us to have this conversation about the long-term future of Igbos, and that's a different conversation. For the criminals who are kidnappers, we've given them a olive branch. Come out, we train you, we empower you, we rehabilitate you. If you don't, we'll take you out.
So, Mr. Governor, I take it then that you also make a distinction between the course that Nnamdi Kanu was pursuing and the one that Simon Ekpa is pursuing.
I don't know what Simon Ekpa is pursuing. I have no idea what it is about, because I have no idea if he's pursuing any cause other than to swindle people for money. And, it's become a business because people all over the world contribute money for them and they become super rich. So I don't know.
Solo dump. Meanwhile, the same solo dump about 2 years ago, like I said, it was one of those who latched on the benevolence and the credibility of Nnamdi Kanu's personality, as well as Nnamdi Kanu's cause and struggle, the credibility of this. He pinned himself around it and is Nzogbu now, like he's got the power now. He can possibly believe that he doesn't need to dance be nice, But in his own word, he believes that, sure, there's no reason for the breakup of Nigeria, for the Biafrans to leave. Rather, he would discuss with Nnamdi Kanu the idea of making Igbo land, conducive, prosperous, and what have you for the citizens. Because with over 11 million Igbos in northern part of Nigeria, if Nigeria should break up, to him, where are they going to keep all those 11 million people? But that wasn't the same about 3 years ago. Solo dump.
And I now want to appeal and plead and request and demand of the federal government and our able president, led by the able President Buhari, that a critical person required around that table for that conversation to be complete, for us to have an all-round approach dealing with the issue of insecurity and discussing about the future of the Southeast, that person, and we need him urgently around the table, please release him to us, and that is Nnamdi Kanu. I'm calling on the federal government to please release Nnamdi Kanu. We need him around the table because we believe that we now want to have a comprehensive heart-to-heart conversation about the future of the Southeast, about the future security and prosperity of the Southeast. No one should be left behind. Everybody should be there. If we cannot release him unconditionally, as requested by the court judgments and so on, I now offer to be the shorty. Release him to me. I will keep him. Release him to me. Release him to me. Solution is nuisance, Lily.
But now he's a governor and he's got think pieces on if Nnamdi Kanu matters or not. So we know that the reason why Nigeria is still holding on to Nnamdi Kanu today is because of the supposed Igbo leaders, Igbo political class, the elites and the rest of them who are meant to mount pressure on the center to get their son released. They are most people who dread Nnamdi Kanu a lot. They dread him so much that somehow, right, it's like the federal government is doing them a favor. At a point, a lot of them were so afraid of him because they believed that Nnamdi Kanu command so much respect and followings among the young and the old Igbos in and outside Nigeria, that they fear that his followers may actually come for them, the Igbo elite. So taking him out, killing him was pretty much, the option they've always loved to explore. But when it is politically convenient, right, they would love to drop his name. So we'll see how this plays out, or should I say plays out in the long run, while we continue to count the days and also demanding for the release of an innocent man locked up in Nigeria on charges that are make-up charges, made-up charges that they've spent years in their court and unable to actually prove. Imagine being unable to prove your own supposed frivolous charges, right? Trumped-up charges in your own court, as compromised and as corrupt as the Nigerian judiciary is. So we'll get to see how this plays out from next week, like I said. Also tonight, it's been over 72 hours now since the removal of Fubara, the governor of Rivers State. A lot of people have reacted, and many more people are still reacting. But the expected reaction, which I have not seen, is that the people of Rivers State, I expect at least hundreds of thousands of them to be on the streets, shot everywhere down to say, no, how could you do this to us? But somehow, it feels like the people of Rivers State themselves probably knows that they didn't vote for this Fubara. It's just that with the WIke is now a villain. So therefore, it is always better to support the, what do you call him? To support the one which is probably the weakling, kind of. That's the concept. I mean, that's what I think is really playing out, right? Because if the few number of people believes that they have so much power, even though they do not, which makes it illegal, decided to plan a coup to remove a democratically elected governor and the House of Assembly, right? Declare a state of emergency, and there is no real shutdown. It's kind of like, it's questionable, isn't it? The elders in Rivers State raised the alarm last night, even though we have been asking this similar question, where is Fubara? If you remove somebody or you suspend somebody from office, and 72 hours, nearly 4 days after that, he has not been seen in public. Earlier today, I saw where some faceless social media users were posting pictures claiming that Fubara is in Bayelsa. Another one claimed that Fubara is in Delta, where he attended the PDP governors meeting. There is nothing called PDP governors meeting in Delta, not today, right? So where is Fubara? What happened to him? What happened to his family? What happened to his deputy? Are they locked up somewhere? You know, people are asking, including these leaders.
The whereabouts of Sebelaye Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, is unknown to Rivers State. He has not spoken to anybody. We have not seen him. We are demanding that Fubara should come on television if he's alive. Because we can observe that WIke can go any length. And Mr. President is backing him. They can do anything to this young man. We want Rivers to demand to know his whereabouts and to know what is happening to him. Thank you, sir.
They can't find him. He hasn't made any video to say, I'm fine, or guys, hey, I'm fine. There's no point in being, don't panic. I'm doing fine. I'm in my house. And those who are supposed to be his aides, too, have become incommunicado. What is going on? This is the question that many are currently asking, but it seems like they will need more people to ask before they can easily just say, he's here, look at him, he's here, he's fine. He's not under house arrest, kind of. Others are saying that he's somewhere where they are trying to, force him to resign. This is the problem, where information, where you have a lack of information, there will always be those who are going to create the news, who are going to create the story around it to fill in the vacuum, fill in the void, yeah? So where is Sebelaye Fubara? And what is happening to him and his deputy as we speak? Anybody, right? In one of their programs on Arise earlier today, people were still reacting to, this illegality that the Tifnumbu's regime, as well as the National Assembly, just foisted on the people of Rivers State.
We operate a constitutional democracy.
Yes.
Section 105, Section 305, subsection 3. The president shall have power to issue a proclamation of a state of emergency only when the federation is at war, the federation is in imminent danger of invasion or involvement in a state of war, there is actual breakdown of public law, public order, and public safety in the federation or any part thereof to such extent as to require extraordinary measure to restore peace and security. There's a clear and present danger of an actual breakdown of public order and public safety in the federation or any part thereof, requiring extraordinary measure to avert such danger. There's an occurrence of imminent danger or the occurrence of any disaster or natural calamity affecting the community or a section of the community in the federation. There is any other public danger which clearly constitutes a threat to the existence of the federation, or the president received a request to so do in accordance with provision of subsection 4 of this section. That's subsection 4, the governor requesting the president to declare a state of emergency. So now let's come to the issue, because I feel it is the people who are supporting the president and telling people that, look, let's de-escalate, that are actually escalating the crisis. Yes, there was a constitutional crisis in Rivers State. And the Supreme Court, which is the statutory arm of government, constitutionally responsible to look into the issues were submitted before them. And they looked into the issues and condemned it and said parties should go back and rectify. And parties actually went back to rectify. So now that parties had rectified, was there still an imminent danger? The answer is no. And then the idea of, the people, there was a palpable tension in the state and all of that. if you look at the provisions of Section 188, subsection 1 to 9, it spells out the provisions, how an impeachment of a governor can be carried out. And then the Supreme Court has reiterated also, in the case of Peter Obi and the Anambra State House of Assembly and Ladoja's case, that you cannot invoke subsection 10 except you comply with subsection 1 to 9. So a situation where the House of Assembly is threatening to impeach a governor, and then the House of Assembly runs into a logjam, do you now need to help the House of Assembly by declaring a state of emergency and say the parties are quarreling? These people, and now, because it is not about insecurity. That is why the National Assembly is saying they want to set up a committee to reconcile. Are you reconciling insecurity? So we all know where this is coming from. This is clearly political. And so that's why also the senator is saying that it will give both parties. Are we also saying that in Nigeria today, so once you have a quarrel between, or misunderstanding between a House of Assembly and the executive arm of government, and then we should declare a state of emergency, Edo, for 4 years, a governor refused to swear in members of the...
Didn't WIke himself have 6 lawmakers at a point?
I don't even want to go there now. In Edo, the governor refused to swear in about 11 or 14 lawmakers. Yeah. The matter was submitted to the court, even though the court spent 4 years and it moved between 9 judges and it was never heard. A state of emergency was not declared in Edo. In fact, the roof of, while I'm not encouraging removal or destruction of a state house of assembly like Fubara did, which is condemnable, but a state of emergency was not declared. In the Northeast, as I speak, people are using ransom to do TikTok. That is clear danger and threat to our national security and peace. Farmers cannot go to farm. These places, there is no state of emergency in these places. You have 2 arms of government, 2 independent arms of government that are supposed to checkmate each other, are quarreling, and they have refused to sit down and resolve their issues. The court had helped them to resolve, and we are saying that is a ground for declaring a state of emergency. And so does that mean now that you have a crisis in Osun State, where the former local government and present local government chairman are at loggerhead, so the president would...
Some people have started saying they should declare state of emergency.
In Benue State, as we speak now, the governor and the chief judge of the state are at loggerhead. And so, are we saying that the president should declare state of emergency?
The drama never ends. And that is why Bode George, a PDP leader, in that same Arise TV, said that everybody knows the genesis of all of this and why Tinubu is taking side. However, if Tinubu and WIke have become so bonded enough that they could remove a governor, of PDP governor, it is time for PDP to stop pretending as well, by ensuring that now and not later, WIke must be punished for all he has done there to the PDP. It's just all talk, because WIke's man, Emmanuel Anyanwu, Abina Samuel Anyanwu, he has been confirmed as the PDP's general secretary, the national secretary. I'll tell you about that. First, Bode George, the ex-convicts.
As a general, I'm saying he has crossed the red line. Once you cross the red line, what are you looking for?
So what is he still doing then? Why do you
think
to
take over your father's house?
Why do you think he is still a member of the party? In your own opinion,
no. The party, these things are just breaking. No. Young lady, this thing is just breaking. Mm-hmm. The party has to meet. We have to meet. The leaders, the members of the board of trustees, we own the party in trust for the members of the party. We own the assets and the liabilities of the party, for the good of our people. If a young man has done what he did, to say they should revoke the party secretariat of our party, he has crossed the red line. He has declared an open war. And it's such a shame. We must be irresponsible as leaders and elders if we don't take an action. Unfortunately, like I said, when those people started the committee for what do they call it? The one that Tommy Kimi is heading, disciplinary committee. I looked at the membership. Tommy Kimi, yes, is on Atiku's side. The secretary of that same committee is on Atiku's side, Jegede. And they said I should come and be a member. I said, no, I cannot. First of all, Tom met me in this party. I cannot serve under him. Then secondly, the way the thing was structured was warped.
Please allow me.
So where do you start? And I'm pleading with our people. Now I'm told that there was a judgment this morning by the Supreme Court again that Anyanwu should come back. We have no qualms. We have nothing to do. We can't appeal to anybody anymore now. We should go back. Fortunately, by October, November this year, we are going to have a convention. I say,
no, you are not going to have it. Mr. Bode George, you have no idea what WIke is going to do to you.